Man finds centuries-old pistols and barrels of gunpowder made of sterling silver on the bottom of the sea and concludes that there are other treasures in the sea. So he and his companion go into the water to look for them again. However, he had just crossed a reef when he noticed an airplane lying on the bottom of the sea not far away. Curious, he immediately took his companion to go and check it out. Paul, with a flashlight, first entered the cabin and saw hundreds of kilograms of tightly packed flour, which instantly made him cautious. David did not care and even took a packet of flour to make a profit. But Paul thought that these things would kill them. So despite the objections of David and Lisa, he cut open the packaging and spread the flour into the sea. After returning home, Anna wanted to call the police, but once they did, the police would blockade the sea, so the billions of dollars worth of treasure would be out of their reach. So they decided to find the treasure first before calling the police, unaware that Lisa had already had a bad idea. Just as they returned to the bottom of the sea again, Lisa quietly got rid of the three eyes alone into the cabin of the plane, intended to take a few bricks back to sell, but unexpectedly the oxygen tube was accidentally jammed. At this time, several people have returned to the surface of the sea, but the delay in the disappearance of Lisa's body. Paul immediately thought of something and then returned to the bottom of the sea with a bottle of oxygen again. After a lot of searching in the wreckage of the plane saw Lisa's figure, but fortunately she stayed in the place where there is still oxygen, so luckily saved a little life. According to several dives to find things, Paul threw the relevant information that these treasures belong to a 300-year-old transport ship and the ship contains treasure maybe worth more than $6 billion. But to salvage such a large amount of treasure with their current equipment and funds is completely impossible. So David once again proposed to take back a portion of the flour to sell, but still met with Paul's opposition. Paul did not expect David and Lisa that night when Paul did not pay attention to sneak to the wreckage of the plane to take a few packets of flour ready to sell to the local gangsters to make a fortune. However, they did not realize that the flour was lost by the gangsters, and they were controlled by the gangsters on the spot. The boss called Paul to the boat and demanded that they get all the flour back within 12 hours or they would be killed. Paul had no choice but to agree. But Anna didn't want anything to do with the gangsters, so she left without looking back. The three of them had to pack up their gear and set off again, not realizing that this time they had found the shipwreck containing the treasure.